So if you have any questions, we encourage you to send in your questions via the Q&A tab here in Zoom, and they will be addressed later in the session during the question and response segment. So with your questions, kindly include the name of the study or presenter to help us identify who should provide you with a response. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. This is my presentation of our research, slope analysis of float adjustment 3.4A SSI data for solar PV power, potential assessment in Metro Manila and Davao City. Starting from the background of the study, the increasing global demand for sustainable energy solutions has led to a significant rise in the utilization of solar photovoltaic systems. Solar panel installations are becoming popular as communities worldwide embrace eco-conscious practices and eco-friendly technologies. Also, dust deposition reduces solar PV power output, while temperature affects efficiency. Therefore, optimal panel alignment with such radiation is crucial for achieving peak power production. However, attaining this alignment poses challenges, particularly without the assistance of tracking systems. This is where the optimal tilt angle comes into play as a key factor. A study from related literature recommends a tilt angle of 5 degrees or less for enhanced solar PV system performance. This study has 3 primary objectives. First, to determine the optimal tilt or slope angle that follows for accurate estimations of solar PV output in the Philippines. Second, to assess how different slope angles impact the efficiency of energy generation. And lastly, to establish a correlation between the varying slopes and the performance of solar PV system. For the significance of the study, first is optimal angles guide placement. This study will offer empirically guided advice on solar PV installation angles, aiding renewable energy stakeholders in informed decisions for increased efficiency. Next is maximizing PV efficiency. This study will identify optimal slope angles to enhance solar PV system performance, maximizing energy generation and overall effectiveness. And lastly is advanced sustainable energy. This study will help contribute to global sustainable energy adoption by providing evidence-based insights for strategic planning of solar panel angles, aligning with carbon reduction. For our methodology criterion, the study established distinct slope ranges of degrees below 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and greater than 30 degrees. The research focuses on optimal tilt determination across Luzon and Mindanao, represented by Metro Manila and Davao. The analysis tailors ideal tilt angles to the unique solar condition of these urban centers. For the materials and methods, utilizing satellite-derived data from Pengyun 4A, the study considers surface solar irradiance, or SSI, measurements, incorporating considerations for both dust deposition and temperature impacts. Quantum GIS, or QGIS, was also used with a digital surface model to acquire slope and latitude rasters. This, along with adjusted surface solar irradiance prime data, calculated solar irradiance on PV panels' surface. In addition, theoretical solar energy from SSI was clock adjusted for potential PV output. 30 points of interest were placed per region for Metro Manila and Davao, output extraction with averages computed to determine the slope angle for installation and output estimation. Below are the outcomes representing the 2020 average calculated potential PV for the maps of Metro Manila and Davao. It's evident here that areas displaying a deeper shade of red indicate a higher potential for PV power over the course of the year. These are the tables showing the average computed PPV for Metro Manila and Davao per month versus the slope ranges. By examining these charts, it becomes evident that both Metro Manila and Davao share strikingly similar trends over the course of the year. The areas with slope exceeding 30 degrees exhibit the lowest peak PV production, while the remaining slope experienced notable spikes during the months of March and August. Also, by further getting the yearly average, we get to see what PPV is produced per slope range. It's evident from this data that the values for Davao and Metro Manila are relatively similar when compared. Here, the 5 to 10 degree slope stands out as the most optimal, generating the highest yearly average PPV. For Metro Manila, it reaches 82.45, while for Davao, it climbs up to 90.38. In contrast, both regions showcase the greater than 30 degrees as the least optimal, resulting in the lowest yearly average PPV throughout the year 2020. The other slope ranges is regarded as medium optimal, given that the values that it produces are satisfactory enough. For the discussion, in accordance with its objectives, this study concluded that the optimal slope angles for maximum solar photovoltaic output align closely with the most optimal range of 5 to 10 degrees, as observed in both Davao and Metro Manila. The outcomes further substantiated the least optimal range exceeding 30 degrees while designating other angles as medium optimal. These findings intricately link to the study's aims, illustrating the critical role of slope angles in efficient PV energy production, and emphasizing their practical significance. The conclusions underscore the study's value in providing empirical guidance for informed decision-making, supporting sustainable energy transition, and steering the renewable energy sector toward effective energy generation strategy. Finally, these are the references used, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Charlotte, Freya, and Jerwin. The next series of presentations will be updates and research presentations from Project SINAG's from Project SINAG's collaborating institutions. But before we proceed, once again, I'd like to remind you, and we encourage you to kindly send in questions via the Q&A tab here in Zoom, and they'll be addressed later in the session during our question and response segment. And along with your questions, kindly include the name of the study or the presenter so that we could help you identify who should provide you with a response.